Greetings, this is Kilo Foxtrot 8 Alpha Delta Quebec, and my name is Joe. Welcome to the Portage County Amateur Radio Service PCARS Thursday night 2-meter net here on the K8BF repeater system. I will be using the club call sign K8BF for the net. This repeater system also accepts inputs from EchoLink, so I'll be asking for check-ins from around the corner to around the world here on this Kent repeater. This repeater is located in Sugarbush Knolls using the PL tone of 118.8 plus EchoLink through the K8BF-L EchoLink node. I will be your net control operator this evening. As always, if you have any emergency or priority traffic, you may break into this net at any time. This is a dedicated net, and all calls will go through net control. You don't have to be a member of PCARS to check in to say hello. Everyone is welcome. PCARS meets on the second Monday of each month at 7 p.m. The monthly meeting is held at the American Legion Post 496 in Kent. The post is located at 1945 Magada Road. We look forward to seeing you there. The PCARS website is located at www.portcars.org. You can find out more information about PCARS on the website. PCARS also has a number of special interest groups that meet at the club site every Tuesday in Ravenna. Check out the latest award-winning newsletter at the club website for more information about this and other PCARS activities. During the net, I will take pauses to ask when asking for EchoLink check-ins since they have a slight delay in audio. When you check in, please give me your call sign, name, and location. I will acknowledge each call sign as I get them. Please be aware that the repeater system has a 4-minute timeout. First, I will take EchoLink check-ins and only EchoLink. Okay, so I have EchoLink open, so I'm going to go ahead and start at the top of my list. So the first person I have is Alpha Kilo 6 November Sierra Ray.
Good evening, Jim and the net. This is AK6NS Ray from beautiful downtown Auburn, California. Keep it short and sweet at the moment. It's about 85 degrees here. Going to be that way all week long. It's almost a little bit too warm this time of year, and unlike most times, we've actually got a bit of humidity that goes along with it. Can't stand that. And that's it from sunny California this week. AK6NS, back to that control.
Okay, Ray. Well, it's nice to hear from California. We're actually starting to warm up here, so hopefully some of that more warm weather will keep coming our way. So let's move down the list to Karen, WD8BIW. What do you got for us tonight, Karen?
Hi, this is Karen, WD8BIW in Uniontown. I spent the day in Medina with 2 of my sisters. We were having fun. The weather was pretty good. Although I am really jealous of Ray with his 85-degree weather in California. I think I could handle that about right now. That would be kind of nice. And I just want to say hi to Jenny and everyone else that's listening. And just want to wish everybody a happy weekend and stay safe and have fun. And that's about all I have. And back to the net.
All right. Thank you, Karen. Next on my list, I have Tim, W8GPN.
Whiskey Echo Papa November here calling at K8BF. Yeah, it was a nice day today too. Sunday I was coming home from church and I saw motorcycles out, and I haven't got my license tags renewed, and I've been wanting to do it, but
The weather's not quite right yet, so probably not until April. But, yeah, Ray, out in California, that weather sounds nice to me. And, Karen, I wondered if you wound up finding any meteorite rocks when you're out in Medina, if you were looking or anything. They had on the news a guy found one, and it looked pretty cool. But nothing else going on, and hope everybody has a good evening. Hi, Jenny. Back to K8BF. This is Whiskey 8 Go Papa November 73.
All right, well, thank you, Tim. Let's go down to Gary, WB2RPW.
K8BF in the group, WB2RPW, Gary in Eatontown, New Jersey. Very good evening to everybody on the net, and good evening to Jenny. And let's see, what are we working on? We're trying to find some senior housing, so there's such a shortage. So I think that search will take a while. And it's about 38 or 39 degrees here, and supposed to go up to 57 tomorrow, so we'll see. But that's what we're doing, and no real radio activities at this point. WB2RPW, back to net.
All right, well, thank you, Gary. Let's go down to Tom, WB8LCD.
Go ahead and get Bob, and then I'll check in on RF or in the next section there. Thanks, Joe. WB8LCD.
All right, Bob, WB8OVQ.
Well, I really don't have too much of them. Glad the weather is warming up. I'm trying to think of any other exciting things that's going on in here. I'm coming up with nothing. Yeah, I'm hoping Wednesday to definitely want to say hi to Jenny, and that's about all I got. Back to the net. This is WBWQ.
All right, I believe that is everyone on EchoLink. If the list resorted on me for some reason, but I do believe I have everyone. I will pause for a second just in case there is someone on EchoLink that I have missed. All right, hearing nothing, next I will ask for local RF check-ins that have announcements or news for the net. Please call K8BF now.
K8BF, WB8LCD, Tom in Sugarbush Knolls.
All right, Tom, go ahead with your news for the net.
All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome from Sugarbush Knolls, where the COVID virus has been running rampant, but Jenny and I are both over it. My son-in-law's fighting it at his house in Kent, and Mary hasn't got it yet, so that's one stroke of good luck here anyhow. I wanted to let you all know that there will be no net night at the club site next week. So there will be a net, there just won't be the net night at the clubhouse gathering. That just isn't going to work out. That's number one. Number two, our speaker for the April meeting coming up in a couple of weeks is going to be K8LG, Grace Pape, and Grace is going to talk about satellite operations. And if you've been with PCARS around long enough, you'll drift back probably about 17 years ago. John Pape, her grandfather, came out to the on-tap restaurant in Stowe and did a presentation for us on satellite operations. So this is going to be bringing us full circle, or should I say full orbit, on satellite operations. And Grace is an interesting young gal, and I'm sure it'll be an interesting meeting. They live in Holland, Michigan, so it'll be on Zoom, but should still be good. Then in the May meeting, we will have Mike Bryce, WV8VGE. He's from down in the Maslin area, but he will be live and in person at the PCARS meeting. And Michael is going to be talking to us about amateur radio equipment repair and restoration. And that's just kind of a subset of a lot of things that we do as hams. So we've got a couple of good meetings coming up, and I'll look forward to seeing you at each and every one of them. Well, I won't look forward to seeing you in June because I'm going to be on vacation. So I'll miss that meeting, which is rare for me, but it just worked out that way with the family. So anyhow, I'm hearing about those 85-degree temperatures out west. That sounds pretty good. It's a balmy 66 here in my basement radio room, and we're looking for the warm weather to come too. It was a busy week on top of being sick. Lots of claims from the prior week or two that I had to deal with, but we got them all done. So I'll say 7-3, turn it back to Net, and I'll say hi to Jenny, and I'm sure she'll be looking to check in here in a minute too. WV8LCD, back to Net, 7-3.
All right, Tom, thank you for the information. And so I will ask if there's any other news for the net. Please call K8BF now. All right, hearing nothing, we'll go on to our general RF check-ins. Let's go ahead and call K8BF for general RF check-ins.
W8KNO, Joe in Hiram.
This is K8LIR, Jenny in Sugar Snow.
WCP, Mike and Rich.
Okay, so I got my first three. Let's start with Joe in, was it Hiram? What do you have for that tonight?
That is right. This is W8KNO, Joe in Hiram. Just want to remind everyone, if you're going to play in the QSO parties, this weekend is the Virginia QSO party, and they have plenty of counties, so you're bound to get some. Everyone enjoy, and back to you, Joe, W8KNO.
All right, thanks, Joe. Next, let's go to Jenny. Please give us your update for that.
Hey, everyone on the net, have a good weekend, and please say hi to me.
All right, hi Jenny from K8BF and KF880Q. Next, let's go to Mike in Ritztown.
All right, Joe. Hey, good evening, everybody, and good evening to Jenny. Working portable tonight, just wrapping up some yard work. We took a beating on Friday over here in Ritztown. Lots of couple trees down, lots of branches down, so took advantage of the nice weather after work to get out here and take care of that. Hey, with that, I will say 73. Everyone have an enjoyable week, and we'll catch you next Thursday at 8 WCP.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, that wind was pretty nasty. Luckily, no damage for me. People across the street lost a whole lot of shingles on their house. Just dealing with a lot of power. The power grid out here in Brimfield Township is very lacking with all the growth of buildings and businesses and whatnot. So when things smack into the power lines, it definitely gets a little unstable for a while. All right, let's go on to our next group of callers, or radio in, whatever we want to call them. Please call K8BF now.
This is K8WCK, Rick in Shaylorsville.
All right, Rick, go ahead with your update for the net.
Good evening, Joe, and the rest of the net. Nice to hear everybody. Hi, Jenny. And we were fortunate here. We didn't have any wind damage that I know of. I thought my HF antenna was down, but the problem was a bad connector on the coax in the shack. It took me a while to troubleshoot that. But things are going pretty well. And I'm going to send it back to you. Thanks a lot. This is K8WCK.
All right, thanks, Rick. Let's go for check-in number 5. Call K8BF now.
K8TOA, Great Bainbridge.
I got Greg. It sounded like someone doubled. Please call K8BF now if you doubled with Greg or myself.
N8QE, Bob in Talmadge.
All right, gotcha, Bob. All right, let's go back to Greg. Go ahead and give us your update for the net.
Okay, K8BF, K8TOA. All right, okay. Doing a good job as usual, Joe. Thanks for picking up the net. Hi, Jenny. Glad to hear you're doing better. And that's pretty much all I got for right now. We did not lose power and didn't have any storm damage. Just the standard twigs and stuff like that came down from the wind. And that's about it. And not much else happening. I'm glad somebody said there's a contest this weekend, so I'll probably work that from home here. Did have a contest at the club site last weekend. They had a pretty good turnout for that, and I think they did pretty good, so that's a good thing. So that's about it, Joe. Everybody be safe, stay warm, enjoy the weather, stay dry, and we'll catch everybody down the road. K8BF, K8TOA.
All right, thanks, Greg. Let's move on to Bob and Talmadge.
Good evening to you, Joe, and everybody on the net. Hi to Jenny. We did have a power outage here in Talmadge for about 3 hours, but fortunately I've got a generator, and it kicked right in, and everything stayed warm and cozy, so thank goodness I have a Generac. Anyway, I really enjoyed the Skywarn training at the Portage County EMA on Tuesday. That was a really good thing. Now that I'm an official Skywarn spotter, I think that's really great. And as far as my RFI issue, it's still ongoing, but tomorrow I have an engineer from First Energy coming out to try and trace it down. They think it may be in their power line, and they're going to find it for me. So I'm looking forward to that because that's been keeping me off the air pretty much. All right, that's it, Joe. Back to you.
Thanks, Bob. very interested in finding out what they come up with. I'm very glad that you were able to get First Energy to send you an engineer, because when I had power problems, I couldn't get them to do anything for me. So I'm glad you're getting some help from them. I am curious to see what they find out. All right, let's go with number 7. Call K8BF now.
K8TUI, Mike in Ravenna.
W8KFW, Carl, Ravenna Township.
DAU, Dan from Suffield.
Okay, let's start with Mike from Ravenna.
Okay. Oh, darn it. So I'm acting up. Well, and something keeps blinking over here. Hi to Jenny. Bit of a power outage. It winked, I guess. Ought to come over and get a group of us. We'll follow this guy around. Watch him posted at your house. I don't know. Back to net. K8TUI.
Yeah, Mike. It sounds like you might be having some radio issues on your side. I think you acknowledged that. You don't seem like you're holding the repeater open. It's cutting in and out on you. So hopefully you're able to look into that. Let's go down to Carl in Ravenna.
Well, hello, Jenny, and everybody out there in Radio Land here. Anyways, I didn't have a power failure here, which is really unusual. And I got a plethora of sticks and twigs around. Too bad I can't find a teenager that would come over here and pick them up. Heck, I'll even pay them, especially if they get rid of the leaves too. Yeah. But anyways, went out and did a photo today and did get the park activated. It seems like that we don't have any sunspots. So I'm praying for some more of those. And I'm planning on going back out to the park again tomorrow. I'm going to try some wire antennas up in the trees to see if that'll help out. But anyways, back to net, W8KFW.
All right, thank you, Carl. Let's go down to Dan in Suffield.
Hey, thanks for the check-in. Say hi to Jenny. Been enjoying the nice weather and still putting my Raspberry Pi system together. Just about done with that, so I'll just do some programming. WD8DAU.
All right, Dan. Good luck with the Raspberry Pi. I have a lot of fun with those. Got quite a few of them doing some various things. I think at this point I'm going to pause for station identification. So this is KF8ADQ. I am net control for the Portage County Amateur Radio 2-meter net using the club call sign K8BF. I will also go ahead and give you my update. As brought up, I was part of the Skywarn training this week. I really enjoyed that. Looking forward to assisting in another group. I think this kind of augments being also part of the emergency comms unit. It also ties in, hopefully, at some point to the amateur radio, but it doesn't sound like that's something that they're really, I don't know how that works, but, it's always nice being helpful. From a technology standpoint, something new that I discovered via a YouTube video, and I apologize, I can't remember who on YouTube I saw it on, but I'm pretty sure if you go on YouTube and look it up, you can find it. The application is called PodaCat. The idea of PODACAT is to allow you to do PODA, but it allows you to remote control your radio from somewhere else. So kind of like your FlexRadios, where you have a radio and you're completely controlling it across the network, same idea. So you're not necessarily remote controlling your computer. You are using a web-based app and an application installed on your computer, so it is using the CAT controls from your computer to your radio, similar to your FL Rig or your Ham Radio Deluxe or your different apps. But from your phone across the internet, you're controlling your computer's an app on your computer called PODACAT, who's controlling your radio, and allows you to, control your radio. It sends audio across the app, so you can actually now, if you're at home or you're out and about, you can control your radio and do PODA from work, on your break, while your wife is shopping for shoes, whatever. You can control your radio, and, if it's, in your car and you've got a hotspot, or if it's at your house and you're out and about, whatever you want. So if you're someone who is a little tech savvy, it's actually very easy to set up. The YouTube videos are very nice. I haven't had a chance to actually use it remotely, but I was able to get it set up and working just because I'm a nerd and I want to. But it is a very interesting app. It was very very nice to see it going. But I would say, it is open source and free. That's also another nice thing about it. I apologize. It looks like I timed out the repeater. So I will say K8BF. I'm going to go back to net, which is me. But yeah, if anyone's interested in PODACAT, go out to YouTube and look at PODACAT, and it is very cool. So let's say K8BF. I'm looking for, I guess I was caller 10, so let's go for caller 11.
Kilo Delta 8, Oscar Bravo Alpha, Ken, in Ravenna.
All right, Ken, give us your update for this week.
I'll say good evening to everybody. Hello, Jenny. I hope everybody has had a good week there. Finally got a decent warm day there. I didn't really do anything. But anyway, just taking it easy. Maybe tomorrow I'll run down the West Branch and maybe do a PODA down there. But other than that, there's not much else going on. I plan on seeing about getting, I might be down there all weekend down at West Branch there doing Virginia QSO party this weekend. So hopefully I can get a whole bunch of contacts. They're doing digital, all kinds of modes on Virginia things. So I'm going to try that maybe. So everybody have a good weekend, and everybody take care. Catch everybody later on. KD8OBA back to net.
All right, Ken. Well, enjoy the improving weather outside and your boat activation. Let's go for number 12. Call K8BF now. All right, this is the Portage County Amateur Radio 2-meter net. If you are looking to check in, please call K8BF now.
N8SKN, Bob and Sugarbush Knolls.
All right, Bob, go ahead with your check-in for the net.
KPF, this is N8SKN. Good evening, everybody here on the net. Thank you, Joe, for running the net. You're doing a great job. And hello to Jetty. And fortunately, we made it through the weekend without any power outages here. I thought for sure we were going to lose it because our Generac is being installed sometime in April. So I was like, yeah, we're going to lose our power because we don't have a generator. But our neighbor has a brand new spanking one next to us, and I think that's who saved us. So, Dan, that was the thing that we got going here is hopefully tomorrow I'm going to start picking up all of the pin oak tree parts that are laying all over my yard now from all the wind in the winter. And other than that, that's all I've got going. So I am going to turn it back to that. K8BF, this is Ed at SKN 73s, everybody.
All right, thank you, Bob. Yeah, that's usually how it works. As soon as you have a generator, you don't need one, or as soon as the generator breaks, like in my case, I have a portable generator, but unfortunately I've discovered the cable going to the spark plug has corroded and broken. So I need to replace that. So yeah, as soon as you have a generator and it no longer works, that's when you need it. So let's go to number 13. Call K8BF now.
K8BF, this is WA8UWV, Whiskey Alpha 8, Uniform Whiskey Victor, Doug in Talmadge.
All right, Doug, go ahead with your check-in for the net.
Okay. K8BF, WA8UWV. Yeah, real good. I'm using the EchoLink because I can't go downstairs. I'm not allowed to climb stairs. I just had a aortic valve replaced. I feel like I've been run over by a truck. So we're just trying to recover. Getting lots of sleep and watching TV. That's about all I've been able to do. All right, back to net. Everybody have a good evening. Oh, and say hi to Jenny. Hi, Jenny.
All right, thank you for that, Doug, and hopefully you feel better. Let's see if we have a check-in number 14. Call K8BF now. Okay, are there any more check-ins, or is there anyone else that has already checked in that has additional comments? Please call K8BF now. Hearing nothing else, I will close this net. I would like to thank everyone for taking time to check into the net. Your participation is very appreciated. PCARS would like to especially thank the K8IV repeater owner for allowing us to use the repeater system for the PCARS net. I will now turn the repeater back to regular amateur use. Let me greet to everyone and hope to hear you soon. K8BF is clear, and also KF880Q is clear.